are blackmailing Obama to kingdom come, and there's a very significant vested interest in this. If you look at the Rupert Murdoch news media, they don't seem to be that interested in the birth certificate issue. I think the main reason is that Rupert Murdoch and his cohorts are blackmailing Obama to a fare-thee-well. Look at this tax monstrosity that just went through. Tax cuts for the rich, tax cuts for Paris Hilton. As Mitch McConnell, the Republican, said, when they had Bush and control of 2 houses of Congress, the Republicans could not get the deal on the estate tax that they just got from Obama with a Democratic majority.
Well, Webster, you know I disagree with your big government views, but I want to talk about this issue.
This is Obama betraying his own base.
No, I understand that. The guy was financed by Wall Street. What do you expect? But
it's a better deal. It's a better deal than the Republicans got even under Bush. So this I think indicates the dimensions of blackmail, right? Endless war in Afghanistan, these sellouts on the home front, all calculated to enrage his Democratic base. Now, the other side is the Republicans are coming to town. All eyes here in Washington are on Darrell Issa. Darrell Issa is going to be the head of the House Government Operations Committee. And it normally would be up to Darrell Issa to step up and say, I'm the congressman from California, I'm the head of this new committee here, and I just want to see Obama's birth certificate. So that may be going on behind the scenes. The other thing, of course, is the Clintons. It may indeed be that there are moves inside the Democratic Party to dump Obama. He is a disaster, and from their point of view, and to some degree from mine, what you have with Obama is going to be a series of betrayals and sellouts and capitulations as long as he's in office. It's going to be an absolute disaster from the point of view of people in the Democratic Party. Obama ran on saying, I'm not Bush, and now with his tax bill he says, I am Bush. Surprise, I really am Bush. So this is political suicide.
But Webster, let me go back here and then have you finish up your comment, and then go back to Berg, and then we'll come back to you. My question for you is, and I didn't have time to play the whole clip, what does it signify to have them change course in the middle of the stream and go from stonewalling and calling this receipt of a certificate, and now admitting that we haven't seen his real birth certificate?
It is an attest, I think, an attest. It says that we have on deposit someplace else. This is not the document, is the idea behind it. Well, two things. One is it could be the Clinton machine or some other Democratic machine that is beginning to soften him up, beginning to encourage somebody to come forward to challenge him in the Democratic primaries, which is, I think, absolutely essential for the political health of the country from many points of view. And or it can be the people who own Matthews. Now, this would be Immelt of General Electric, right, who owns that network. Immelt may be saying, well, the Republicans are coming in. I want to cover my bets. I want to also take control of the issue a little bit.
Well, Tarpley, I mean, you predicted this a year ago or more that they'd throw him under the bus going into the 2012 election. We've seen Washington Post editorial pages calling for him to step down in the last month. This is really happening. Let's get Attorney Phil Berg's take on this.
No, I think you really see a change, and I think it's significant. I think they're going to, perhaps you're right on the Clinton thing, because there's word that she's going to step down as Secretary of State, and that could be setting up for her to run for president, to get out of the administration right now. But the big thing is, there's so many people in this country that agree with us that Obama is a fraud, a phony. This is the biggest hoax against the United States of America in our history. He's an imposter. And think about it. When he first took office, he insisted on having his BlackBerry, which you see on his belt as he's walking around, because as Webster stated, I believe he's being blackmailed by the powers that be in this country, and the powers that be are money people. And he's told what to do. His speeches, most of his speeches are off the teleprompter. They're written by someone else. He delivers a good speech when he's on a teleprompter. Other than that, he doesn't. So I think I agree with Webster at this point. They might be ready to get rid of him at this point, and that will help us. But I've stood there from the beginning, and I really believe he's a fraud and a phony. And the words I used, if it was really false, they'd be after me. They'd be suing me, but they haven't done that. And we're on the right track. And I just mentioned briefly, it's real significant. The case I have getting ready for the U.S. Supreme Court, because it was turned down, I'm claiming that Obama is not only not natural born, he's not naturalized, and therefore his term as a U.S. Senator was fraud, and therefore the salary and benefits of $1 million should go back to the U.S. Treasury. Obviously, if he couldn't be a U.S. Senator, he can't be president. So
and everything he signed is null and void. And whether it's from the left perspective or the right perspective, anyone who looks at that health care bill knows it was written by insurance companies. It's a scam. Even if you're a socialist out there, you know, it's not what you were asking for. We need to get rid of it. And so, Tarpley, is this not good news, though, if Obama is brought down, because then so much of what he's done is discredited?
Certainly, to get Obama out now would be a public service. To have this issue come to the fore finally, to have Phil Berg's work of many years now put back in the public spotlight, because otherwise it's going to be a disaster from every point of view. And again, if you are blackmailed in this way, you can't be president. You can't carry out the constitutional office if you're constantly blackmailed by virtually every secret intelligence agency in the world, Wall Street, and God knows what other cliques are doing this. So unfortunately, it's a painful process. But I'm afraid this is the situation we're now in, and the path of, what can we say, least damage to the country and the Constitution is for Obama to be removed from office. And again, I would like to see Darrell Issa, if he's such a fire-breathing guarantor of the public interest. How about a quick subpoena for a birth certificate? Let's get to the bottom of this. That could be done next week. Republicans take over next week. So, Darrell Issa, where's the subpoena?
That's right. If they don't move directly to demand the birth certificate, which is just a fact-finding mission, then we know they're wanting to hold this back there to continue the blackmailing.
Exactly, because it's a very lucrative thing, and they think that they're going to get a lot more things that they want over the next 2 years. Again, that tax bill is the first attack on Social Security in terms of the old age pensions. And I think there are people, Peter Peterson and the Koch brothers and all sorts of people.
And they're selling it, just like in New Jersey, that this will fix the deficit. If you don't get rid of the debt black hole and the fractional reserve banking and the derivatives, you could cut everything. It's not going to pay anything off.
Yeah, the lesson of history is the more you cut, the bigger the deficit is in the out years when you come back in the following year. So this makes no sense. So nothing but terrible tragedy with Obama. So any hack politician, a normal hack bureaucrat politician, would be better than Obama, and there's a broad array. So let's get to the bottom of this fast. And the heat is on the Republicans now. They made big promises. Let's see what they're made of. Darrell Issa, first we want the birth certificate in the public domain, and then we want this other issue on the naturalization in Indonesia.
Yeah, and if the Republicans don't do that, notice Glenn Beck admonishes his audience almost every day, do not go after the birth certificate. Do not go after it, because they want to keep using that card. We want to play the card. We'll be right back with Phil Berg and Webster Tarpley.
We all know that Berkey water purification systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 5 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water filtration systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $209, and the Berkey Guy will include 3 Sport Berkey water bottles and ship everything to you free of charge. That's right, 3 Sport Berkey water bottles and free shipping. An $87 value, yours free. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. the way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com.
This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill. Gun sales are on a staggering pace. Gun prices are going through the roof, and that means desperate, vicious criminals now want your guns and will do anything to get them. Now, a new book reveals powerful secrets for hiding your guns from thieves and looters. You'll learn step-by-step, battle-hardened techniques, where to hide your guns so criminals will never find them, how to create the perfect hiding place, as well as the places you should never hide your guns, under any circumstance. These and other closely guarded gun caching secrets are guaranteed to keep your weapons safe and out of sight when the going gets tough. But listen up. For security reasons, the Hide Your Guns book and even the website may disappear without warning at any time. Go to hideyourguns.com. That's hideyourguns.com. Or call 877-327-0365 before they come for your guns. Hideyourguns.com right now. Right now.
Front porch sitting in an old
we're almost out of time with Webster Tarpley and Phil Berg. In closing, gentlemen, not what you want to happen, but what do you in your gut see happening with Obama? The lowest approval rating in history for a president at this point, the fastest continual dropping in history. I mean, in another year or so, this guy, I can't see him with above a 20-point approval rating. I agree with you. He's a puppet. Get him out of there so that we can, actually engage the globalists instead of them just blaming everything on their minion. In closing, Phil Berg, how do you see this ending?
Well, I've been hopeful since 2008. I think we need to spread the word. You do a terrific job on that. We have to get more and more people involved. We have to put pressure on the Republicans, on Isaac to do it, or we'll see that Clinton and others are going to try to do away. Clinton would have a lot of control, and he could do that and get him exposed. But we have to do it because it's a disaster what's going on. If we get him out of office, everything he's done is void or voidable. It's voidable, so it would be void, and we have to do it. And my website is obamacrimes.com. If they go there, they can check the latest on my lawsuit, which is going to the U.S. Supreme Court. And I think that's a shot we have, but the courts have not been with us. They've been in the pocket of Obama, but perhaps now things will change because the powers that be may want to change, and they'll go our way. So keep our fingers crossed.
Thank you so much, Phil Berg. We'll talk to you again soon. Have a good New Year.
Thank you.
Webster, from the beginning, I thought they were building Obama up as messianic to later destroy him. I predicted that over a year and a half ago in the Obama deception, when his approval rating was still at about 70 points when that film came out, or above 70. I believe this has all been scripted. Do you have a different view of that, A? And B, how do you see it ending?
Well, it's inevitable that when Obama ran for president with all of these messianic promises, utopian delusions, the Messiah and all this, that there would be a very severe letdown, which would be much more severe than the usual disillusionment with the president when they begin to break their promises. So with Obama, this is very, very significant because here the mistaken identity case was very severe. Now, there are two things that could happen now. One is Darrell Issa and these Republicans take their constitutional responsibilities seriously, and there's some chance that they might, and they